Check 1 2, mic check. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Maticus holding it down once again. And just a second, guys. And here we go. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Maticus here with Bus Driver Dog and Dr. Justice. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Nice. What's up, everyone? What's up, Espada? Welcome back.
All right, I saw the bracket earlier, and I have to say we got a lot of interesting players tonight. I'm looking forward to a lot of these matches. Especially, I saw that we got NovaSpec in the house, and there's a rumor that one of these guys is actually Integra, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, you know, with NovaSpec in, I think Louisiana has been really strong the last few weeks on Full Bar Friday, and I think the chances certainly go up with him in the bracket. I know he's got some Wednesday night fight top 8s under his belt the last few weeks, so it's a player to watch.
He's definitely an interesting guy. I've been a few times in the past. I think that I'm not sure if he moved back to Louisiana, but I know he was living here in the Metroplex for a while, so he might actually be local here. But he definitely is a Louisiana guy at heart.
It's going to be a real matchup check. I think a lot of people sometimes feel like they don't need to learn the Fong matchup, and we're going to find out probably quick who knows and who doesn't know. The rule of thumb I use, because it comes up so rarely, is he's plus on every kick that's not sweep. That's one little thing I remember. Other than that, what the character does is going to surprise me every time. But yeah, he's going to be ready to go for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I just know that it looks like we have NovaSpec Mexikenmasters, who is the guy that's rumored to be Integra. We're not completely sure yet. I think once I see his play, I can confirm. But Teggy's been around the scene for a long time, so I'm happy to see him in the bracket tonight.
Yeah, and
if it is him.
It is him?
If it is him.
If it is him. Otherwise, we've got iThrow, Espada, who hasn't lost since the first week in November on these nights. He won last week, he won the week before. No reset required either week for the player from loser's side. He did a lot of G play last week. Still using the Akuma, but we did see some G. And T-Boykin last week took Ryu all the way to Grand Finals 2 against his Akuma and G. So T-Boykin's back, that Ryu's looking solid. Spacing has been better every week. So interested to see him, see if he's got anything but Ryu. We've only seen Ryu from T-Boykin, and it's working. But it seems like everyone else in this game here in this 5th year, seems like everyone kind of pockets G and Seth. We see a lot of people who are trying G and Seth out, and if it gets, to the wire, they'll pull out their main. But T-Boykin, that character loyalist, no one but Ryu so far.
There's a lot that can be said about G and Seth. I think both characters are definitely characters that can steal games off your opponent if they're inexperienced. They're very easy to carry yourself with. And so it's really easy to make a habit of just choosing G or Seth, especially early in the bracket. And when you finally start facing some pressure, that's when you pull out your main and start playing a more honest game.
Right. I think I mentioned last week that I don't think necessarily G and Seth they're not gonna carry a player who's not already skilled. But I think at this point, if you are expecting to win a stacked bracket, and I think the Full Bar Friday brackets have been stacked from the outset, you need a plan on your path to victory for G and for Seth. And for a lot of people, it's just to pick the other character. If you're coming up against a Seth, pick G. If you're coming up against a G, pick Seth. But that seems to be like you need to know the matchup one way or the other. Those two characters are going to be around for a while, it seems.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing how the next balance patch changes things, mostly because it probably will be, from what we've seen, the last balance patch. If not, maybe we'll get one more at the very end of the lifespan of this game. But whatever ends up on the floor in this next patch is probably what's going to be sticking with us for the rest of the time. And I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen with it. We might get another Abigail season, 3 and 4 situation. Who knows?
Yeah, I think the balance patches haven't been too radical for a while, right? It seems like a lot of characters are kind of where they would like them to be. I think you look at a character like Mika. Mika hasn't really been touched too much.
She was literally untouched in this last patch, except for one change they put on across all characters.
The crouch strong got a little weaker as an ATR, which hurts. It doesn't reach 10 feet behind her anymore. But yeah, that was the sort of change that hit everybody. Yeah, you're right. It's just hitbox. What do they call it? Normalization, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I just know that like the one change she got, the rest of the cast also got, so it wasn't really a change targeted at Mika. They're very happy with where she's at. She's probably like the baseline for their changes right now, which is a little funny to say, considering she was just a terror in Season 1.
Yeah, it's fun to think back on that first season. Maybe fun's not the right word, but when you get that wall bounce off the Irish Whip anywhere on screen, kind of hard to believe that made it through so much of the playtesting. But yeah, otherwise we've got, again, it's a really solid bracket. Yeah, Luca's been here every week, been strong with the Rashid every week. The Last Dragon had a really strong outing last week as Gill. Verse obviously been very strong. So a lot of return players, a lot of new players who look pretty promising.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this for sure. This is going to be a lot of fun. All right, here we go. NovaSpec and Mexikenmasters, fabled to be Integra. We'll see.
Crescent NovaSpec too. We got professional.
Yeah, this boy's sponsored.
It's been going around Twitter a lot the last few weeks of the maximum punishes you can get on a blocked Fong CA. Okay, so we got NovaSpec actually on player 2, and he's going to be Honda. So much for the Fong knowledge that's been passed around Twitter. Honda, I think, a really strong character. I think maybe not everyone feels the need to know this matchup, but I think V-Skill 2 Honda can be kind of a menace. So I'm excited to see this. We haven't seen a Honda yet on a Full Bar Friday.
Can we switch the names, please? But Honda, definitely a favorite of a lot of out players as well. I know Prototype has him as a second right now.
Oh, but already we got Mexican 2 for 2 on the DPs. Oh, tried that one with the cross out.
It's a little hard for me to tell, but I feel like it is in fact Integra from what I'm seeing.
That's sick whip punish with the stand fierce on the headbutt. Oh, just
good stuff.
Yeah.
The Ochio. So one of the big changes for Honda coming from 4 to 5 is that his 100 hand slap is a piano motion. In 5, they have lowered it from 5 buttons to 4, so it's a lot easier for new players to hit that piano now. And the strength of the hands coming out is the strength of the last button you pressed.
Right. So that V-Skill gives just so much advantage on those hands too.
Oh yeah. It is definitely, if your game plan is hands, that is definitely a fun V-Skill to be using.
It's just flying through the air, finally gets a hit.
Mexikenmasters.
Ready on the whip punishes on those headbutts though.
He's definitely using his spacing pretty well. And we got a stun. This is probably going to close it out for Mexikenmasters. Not quite. Scaling's a little bit too much. But we got a CA from NovaSpec.
Oh, he holds a good jump back. But he's got all the meter in the world.
V reversal, trying to stay afloat here. Oh, that whip punish. He was ready for it.
Yeah, I think Mexican must have hit about 4 or 5 stand fierce whip punishes in those 2 rounds as Ken. Just on point. Clearly knows what the character on the other side of the screen wants to do. He knows how far those headbutts are going to go. Really strong first game. Those whip punishes were just brutal for NovaSpec there.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if we're going to see the Honda come out again. I hope we do, just because I'm kind of curious to see if we have any more from him. But I think now, after that game for Mexikenmasters, we might be seeing the Fong come out.
Yeah, I think I keep mentioning how stacked the bracket is, and it is, because you've got, obviously, Luca, you've got Espada, who's just allergic to losing lately. I think you can't afford, as hard as this first round matchup is for these 2 players, I don't think you can afford to go down to losers already with Honda, when, you're a Fong player. Everybody knows you're Fong, so let's see it.
Yeah, he's not going to surprise anybody. And we did go back to character select for this one, so I'm assuming that's what's happening. Yes, there we go.
There we go.
And it's the pretty typical loadout for Fongs these days.
Bust you up!
There we go. I wonder what that was going to come in.
So, yeah, Maticus wanted that stuff. I think I tier.
V-Skill 1 with V-Trigger 2 is pretty standard these days. Nice job. He's covering his himself with those fireballs. Being very aggressive against this Ken,
Yeah,
who's just
really.
was punishing him for days.
Alright, what's the wake up gonna be? Alright, challenges the dash. Nice stuff.
Tries to go for some neutral play, but okay, here we go.
Oh, this
Good
side
cross up
switch,
there.
Yeah. Mexican wanting none of it, just jumping back, V-reversaling.
I like the slide through the V reversal there. Oh, just slides in. Just slides in those VMs. Man, can we talk about this?
Let's get to the punching already.
Holy shit.
The trap is down and the side
Oh my God,
switch.
these cross-ups are ridiculous. I got hit by every one of those.
And what a comeback from, you know, a character not regarded as being even mid-tier, I think, at this point. This is, again, this is what we wanted from NovaSpec. I'm glad we're seeing it.
But the thing is, I'm pretty sure, it's been a while, but I know that one of those uppercuts is Fireball Invincible. He might be using that
Let's
one.
get
trying
to the
get in.
punching already.
Oh, look at that. The EX slide to continue the combo. Sick.
This
and
is what.
NovaSpec getting comfortable now.
Yeah, this is don't be fooled by the rookie tag. This is an alternate account for NovaSpec. NovaSpec definitely one of the better Fongs, not only in the state but probably the country, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. And, you know, a nervy first round for NovaSpec there. Making the comeback all the way from just a sliver of life. And he's tied it now. So we'll see if Mexikenmasters wants to go back to the lobby. But
You
I
won't hear
feel
the
no.
full 10 count.
Welcome to the stream.
SNFly
Black.
with the raid. Nice to see you again. Had fun casting with SNFly last week.
And Ken Masters, if it is indeed Integra, definitely sticking with the Ken.
Oh, good punish. Just that stand short in his DP. Good
Ooh,
stuff.
that grab on the V reversal is nice. Oh, just flying
great
away
tough DP, yeah.
with the move inspired by a mod. Good stuff.
Mexican really punishing Nova for a lot of those roundhouses that you see from Fong, where he kind of does the two little knee hits. Nova
Yeah,
Spec,
definitely.
yeah,
That's
Mexican not letting him get away with that at all.
That's probably the 4th or 5th time I've seen that be punished. I'm not sure what's going to happen here.
Bust you up.
Thank you, RyanDeopante. I'm not sure if that's that.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll see Ryan probably on stream later. He's an Akuma player, been here every week, I think. Oh, the big guy's just gonna go all the way to the other side of the screen.
Good stuff. And sliding out of there.
All right.
With the heavy Tatsu.
Yeah, in V trigger, so that was -2.
Oh, these fireballs he's protecting himself with are just doing so well.
Yeah, that DP trade with the fireballs that Mexican busted out, damage-wise benefited Mexican, but when he had such little life, I think NovaSpec takes that trade every time.
NovaSpec starting to run away with it a little bit.
Oh,
Oh, that was slick. I like that a
two
lot.
different counter hits, yeah.
NovaSpec starting to run away with it. The reversal doesn't want any of it. He's still poisoned though.
Oh yeah, anything will do it. Got to, otherwise the fireball ends it. Smart stuff from Mexican.
But isn't
Can't
enough
take-
to come back? He's
Yeah.
definitely... He's out of resources. He only has his V-trigger left. No, that will not be enough. And NovaSpec advances over Mexikenmasters first round. But damn, that was a very solid Ken. I was impressed.
Yeah, Mexican, he was willing to keep taking the DP trade on the fireballs from Fong, which I think it makes sense in a vacuum. The Fong fireballs don't do a lot of damage there. You get a knockdown. You do get poisoned depending on when exactly the trade happens. But I think still people don't really worry too much about being poisoned in this game. But yeah, I'm kind of interested to see if they meet maybe later in the bracket, how a fourth game would be between those two. So those were the momentum was swinging back and forth a lot, but still pretty close. So
We saw-
really interesting stuff.
One of the things that Mexikenmasters was definitely first class at was spacing himself well and whiff punishing anything that missed. He was waiting for each one of those whiff punishes. It was not an accident. And definitely, I think he's a contender for taking this thing all the way to the end. Let's see. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think you're right. I think we saw NovaSpec early on, kind of. It's almost like, I don't know if it maybe connection issues at the time, but there was one round, that first round with Fong, where you saw a lot of like whip stand fierces, whip roundhouses from Fong, and Mexikenmasters just taking the free damage every time he could. So really just kind of like fundamental stuff. We didn't see what you normally expect with kind of a Ken online with the hard Tatsus to get in. I think we saw one, and it was in V-Trigger, so about as safe as you can get.
Yeah, it was definitely not a whole lot of heavy Tatsus. I did notice that too. It was just raw spacing and just aggression. Like, he was always trying to be in the face of Fong no matter what, and Fong was just desperately trying to keep him out. And fortunately for NovaSpec, managed to keep him out with enough nonsense that he managed to take it pretty handily in those last 2 games.
Yeah, the slide was doing work. Once he was able to kind of set the slide as Oki, you just, I don't know which side, but you saw like counter hit right away. Like, I don't know which side was getting hit. We saw him use the EX bar to get out of the corner a lot with the EX slide, which...
I got hit.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, and that's Fong, and that's certainly NovaSpec. The benefit of being a character specialist of a character like Fong is you're almost never going to play a match where someone knows even half as much about Fong as you do. And as good as Mexikenmasters is, I think it's still, you're not living that Fong lifestyle like NovaSpec is. So, great first round.
So we got a couple updates from chat. It looks like it is indeed Integra and DFW posting in chat saying that Nova said good games last time. This time, but last time he raged when Integra won. So I kind of had a feeling those two had played before. And Maticus Espada is also asking for a delay if you can give him that. I'm not sure what the situation is with the stream right now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out to Full Bar Fridays. With Bus and I here, I'm sure we'll try and give you the highest of highlights for these reels.
It's been killer every week. I know I say it every week, but I've been amazed at the quality of the matches, and I'm eager to see hopefully this weekly grow. It's nice to see NovaSpec come in. Again, there's a lot of new. Looking at who's new, we got the Lone Wolf. Who else do we have? Rookie Fate we might see later. GillArcade, I think it signed up before but wasn't able to make it, so I think he'll be here tonight. So it's nice to see some returning players, some new players, and I expect it's going to be just, again, high quality start to finish.
Some reports on matches. We had RyanDeopante advance over Last Dragon. T-Boykin took the fall to Carlosef 3000. We saw NovaSpec take it over Mexikenmasters. Lone Wolf has advanced over Thirst God due to DQ, and same thing for GillArcade over Rookie Fate. Rookie Fate and Thirst God apparently not making their first matches tonight.
Okay, so good stuff for Ryan. He clearly was feeling comfortable enough during his first round match. He was able to follow the Maticus Twitch account. We've seen his Akuma a lot over the last few weeks, so looks like we'll be seeing more of him. And so good stuff. And it's, again, I think it's always a compliment to the TO and the people organizing when you get players returning. And there's a lot of players returning already just in the 4th week. So shout out to Maticus and Omega, kind of on the 1s and 2s backstage. Couldn't do it without you.
Oh yeah, these guys are the real heroes behind the scenes. We're just kind of the talking heads at this point.
Yeah, they just put us on the video feed, and we get to say things, right, like a quarter of the time.
We get paid to brush our teeth and comb our hair.
You're getting paid?
That's fair. I'm not getting paid for this gig. I have been paid for commentary quite a few times now, I guess. It's kind of weird for me to say that because, I still think of myself mostly as a local kind of guy, mostly doing this for free. But, I have done for pay in the past. I guess more notably, some of you guys might remember I did the commentary for Esports Stadium in Arlington for a while. And it looks like Mike has something to say here, so I'll let him go ahead and say it.
Well, guys, we have raised $41.20. That's great. That's amazing. Keep on keeping on. We still have the codes ready, and I believe they're still available. I don't think they ran out yet. So use the code put it on the chat real quick. That's not the right command. If you use the code FBF SFV4, Matchrian will put 50 cents towards the pot. And guys, this is amazing. We have, is it 12 people playing right now? It's pretty hype tournament right now. So we're just going through some bracket stuff, and thanks for everyone being patient, and thanks for the subs and follows. I got the notifications going. You can hear Balrog going at it. But
you got that sub you needed, man. You were like, I just need one more.
Yeah.
I see you, Waddle D. I see you in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. A lot of these guys want to give a shout out to Freaks and Geeks. A lot of these guys are from the scene over there. Unfortunately, Freaks and Geeks has closed, but I do remember them saying that they want to go ahead and get back up at some point in the future. So keep an eye out for their tournaments in the future. I'm looking forward to it myself.
All right, so a strong player yet again showing up from previous weeks. Verse 130 on the right, I believe, also representing Louisiana. One of my favorite Colleen players. We've had quite a few. I've been very blessed the last few weeks to see a lot of Colleen matches on stream, be able to call him. Very strong Colleen. I think he finished second in week 2, and we've seen a lot of looks from verse 2. So not just a Colleen. So I'm excited. We've also, I think we saw a Sakura from him in the very first stream match for Full Bar Friday. And of course, Seth and G. Every Colleen player picks up Seth or G. GillArcade, again, I think signed up for a tournament previously, wasn't able to make it. And we got a Sim. Now, this is a crazy matchup. Sim and G. What do you know about Sim and G, Dr. Justice?
So I know that we have 2 Sims in the area. We've got one of them's named Steve. I forget what his full tag is, but the other one is Busby, Chaz. They're 2 very different doll Sims. One of them is very aggressive, the other is very defensive. And I don't think this is one of them, but who knows? As far as Sim versus G, if G catches limbs, it's going to be a wild ride. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, okay. Maybe I wonder if the regular dash punch would have actually caught Sim in the float there.
So that's always the concern when you're playing as doll Sim, is that since your limbs are also hitboxes, you can get caught out in some very weird things. Like you can see Zangief's SPDing you from across the screen if you're not careful.
Uh-oh. That did not combo. Okay. Kind of a funky interaction there, not to get the combo from the low dash punch into the V-skill V-trigger. Throws him out of the command grab, too. All right. Dawson has a chance here.
We are done with the V-trigger for now. And just to, like, teleport, side switch into following normal. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
this is some pretty typical Dawson stuff.
Yeah, you talk about typical Dawson stuff, that round start, stand strong. There's the anti-air. That anti-air got stuffed by the jump roundhouse from G earlier. I was wondering if he'd try it again.
A little wigged out on the classic Dawson when you sustain the beard.
Oh, right, yeah, we do have the classic.
Oh, here we go! Shenanigans are happening.
Oh no, and there's obviously a limb thrown out there.
That was a good stuff, but unfortunately he still has over half the V-trigger.
Oh, and
the only consolation is that he was not in the corner, so the truly nutty stuff was not starting just yet. And we're back to level 0.
Still 2 bars on the side for Verse here, so he's got some dash punch stuff that he can try.
Verse is definitely on the lookout
there
for
it is!
those,
Oh, he goes for Presidentiality, though.
He wants a little bit more pressure. Oh, good stuff with the aerial. He's looking for those teleports. He definitely is.
Yeah, Gill certainly was teleporting quite a bit that first round. A little less in the second round, but still not enough for Verse to stop going for it. And that V skill has punished the teleport twice now. All right, just kind of both taking to the skies here for a bit.
I think Verse is just frustrated, to be honest.
Ooh, look at that, the level 2 fireball from G.
Yeah, I definitely think that as of all play against G, Gil really wants to knock down here.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's Sim. I don't know that he's going to be able to get it as easily as often he could. There's one.
There you go. Just V-reversal your way to one.
So that knockdown does take G's presidentiality meter down 1. Fireball's still pretty strong. In
Oh,
level
with the
1
EX dash in, not doing a whole lot just yet.
long way back for GillArcade here. Versus with a lot of life.
Max to presidentiality too.
And this fireball is so impressive. Anything will do it. Almost at V-trigger cancel, so you might see a dash, but doesn't need it. That crouch fierce from Dawson may as well be a projectile with how slow it is.
It's a good thing GillArcade's a dog person because he just got dogged there. I'm kind of curious to see if we're going to see a switch from GillArcade or if we're going to see him stick with Dhalsim here.
Yeah, this is a funky matchup. This isn't one that I think see or think about too much. But maybe that's just me. You know, a sim matchup is not one that I'm really thinking about all that often. But certainly not one we've seen here at Full Bar Friday. Ooh, I don't know what that cost, but it was just enough of something.
G just kind of asserting his dominance here.
Yeah, Verse knows that that crouch short for Sim is not always plus, even on hit.
You saw G went for the EX command grab there, but unfortunately he was in the air and able to fall down with a normal. Presidentiality mode activate.
Okay, it's gonna be some corner carrying damage here. And maybe one guess will be enough for Verse. Oh, that was sick!
The command grab.
The fireball into the immediate command grab. That's like a delayed get up setup. That was sick from Verse.
Absolutely. And already we got some nonsense going on here. Just one combo for over a third of his life.
Yeah, and close to stun too. And that's the way you don't want to get stunned. Level 2 presidentiality doesn't need the meter. Oh, it's I'm afraid that's gonna be it. Yeah. Oof. G stuff.
G smoking GillArcade. Verse 130 advancing. We do have some news from the other side of the bracket in the losers. T-Boykin did advance over Integra Mexikenmasters. So unfortunately, no more Violent Ken tonight.
That's it. I mean, he ran into a buzzsaw, right? NovaSpec first round and T-Boykin second round.
Absolutely. I want to see some games from... Definitely check him out. Integra has been a long time member of this community. I'm always happy to see him no matter where he shows up. And even though I'm a little sad to see him go 0-2 tonight, he's definitely better than that. This is a stacked bracket tonight, and he faced 2 killers right off the bat.
Yeah, this is... There's no other way to say it. These are the killers of not just the DW area. You've got Louisiana killers. I know we've had players from Houston, all over. So it is... there's no easy path to Grand Final tier tonight. And that's, I think, what makes it even more impressive that I has 2 weeks in a row now won that match Reno winner's bonus without dropping a set. So is he going to be able to do it 3 times in a row? Like, so far, I think the games we've seen, like, a lot of guys are looking real strong right now. Of course, I know Espada's a training lab monster. He's postulated everything just as Smug might say.
He's run the numbers.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna have that, like, that study down, that prep, it's him. You know, I think there's like kind of this spectrum of like the guys who play by feel and are successful and the guys who study. Not to say that the top players don't have both, but I think it was last week I said, you know, Luca's kind of that guy. He sees the matrix. It just makes sense to him. And Espada is someone that I'm like, he's looking at the numbers. He's in the lab every day. He's practicing these matchups as much as he can. So
he's definitely a scientist. I respect the hustle, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that?
No, I can't be caught dead in training.
All right, Medicus, what do you got for us today?
But again, guys, there's still codes available for the Matcherino. If you click this link here, use the promo code FBFSFV4, and it'll put 50 cents towards the pot.
Yeah, please do, guys. It doesn't take anything from your wallet, and it only helps out the channel. Please use the code if you can, and help us pay off these guys who are definitely deserving of your money, because they're giving us their time and some good entertainment.
Yeah, for sure. This is the highlight of my week each week. Honestly, I love commentating these matches, watching these high-level players, and I've had the good fortune of good company each week I've been here. So let's go. We've got Espada iThrow, the man who hasn't lost since November 6th. And we've got Ryan, who we've seen the Akuma each week. He's solid each week, getting stronger each week. So I'm curious to see. I think Ryan will definitely be Akuma. With iThrow, I'm a little less certain he wants the mirror match here.
Yeah, he definitely has enough characters in his back pocket that he can pull one out. He might pull out the G against the Akuma. He might think that might be a better matchup. We'll see what happens. And going with Seth?
I gotta stop calling these character guesses, because I'm just not getting them. I mean, a Zangief, let's go.
I'm happy to see Geef. We do have... Let's see, we have... we got Atomic Buster in the DFW area, who's known for being a good Geef. So let's see how our Oklahoma neighbor does with this guy.
Yeah, Geef one of my favorite characters to watch in any Street Fighter.
One of my most hated to fight. He's definitely a scary guy.
All right, very deliberate spacing from iThrow already. Oh, good DP, and Seth will steal from Geef should it come up.
Definitely a more defensive playstyle from iThrow right now. He wants to control the pace of the game.
Big reversal SPD. All right.
Oh
yeah.
Backdash.
Yeah, I think iThrow kind of was baiting that one out there.
I wonder, is the EX Hecaton chair, is that actually safe on block?
It's safe-ish in that way that a lot of Colleen. Now against Geef, of course, Geef has that one-frame CA. I think EX hands for Seth is safer than it is for Colleen on the light hands. So yeah, I think you can throw it out there, and generally...
We saw a good air throw Borscht Dynamite from Geef there. Mad Cradles from iThrow with the Seth.
Low profile like that. Very nice stuff. Yeah, I think this is one of my favorite parts of Street Fighter. You saw Ron that reversal SPD when Seth is only minus, and there you see it again to B skill through the Tatsu. But I think that sends a message when you get that reversal SPD early, when they're only -3, -4. You already saw iThrow bait out one SPD.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Seth wins.
We'll see what happens with Ryan here. Are you expecting to see a character switch, or do you think he's going to go through with the Geef?
You know, yeah, I was about to say, Ryan seems like someone who he just wants to play. I don't know if he frequently switches characters mid-set, so I'm not too surprised here. I think the Geef was working. I think, you know, Espada's just a very good player, but I think maybe kind of fake the SPDs a little bit more. Of course, you catch him right there, and that's done. And we're going to get the flying headbutt into stand headbutt into short. Yep. That's so much damage. Jeez.
Even with the scaling. Although I guess, like, the stun was off a single move, so the scaling wasn't that bad.
Right.
So that's probably why we saw so much damage there.
Yeah, definitely a happy birthday combo.
That was probably medium SPD, I'm going to guess. Good throw escape.
Right. The chops. Keep an iThrow away. Yeah, okay. He's got something there. That's 2 for 2 on those.
I want to see the... Let's see, what is it now? I know Geef has the kick parry. Right. I want to see it.
I mean, that's probably deals the most mental damage in the game, right? Is if you that's a hit. All right, so steals the lariat. Oh, just match that SPD, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that big sweep's gonna catch. Makes it safe for the trigger cancel. And okay, he steals the SPD. So much for stealing lariat. Swaggy way to end it for iThrow.
Kill him with his own move. He's trying to get the SPD again.
Right. Hey, that's the only way I can get an SPD to come out is just 2 buttons on a V-skilled steel.
It's not that hard.
Okay.
Oh, just grab him.
All right. Now we got the geese up. Dash it.
Unfortunately, with white SPD, you do not get a dash up.
All
Good
right,
backdash there.
Yeah,
from
good
Ryan.
backdash. I think you got to be a little careful with the V skill now because iThrow kind of blow up that V skill.
Oh, tried to
blow it
armor
up
through
with
the
that.
Okay, there we go. Just immediately uses it.
Oh, the air headbutt whiffed on a crouching Seth, I believe. At his hard hands, so yeah, not
Oh,
that
just
big.
EX throw, yeah. It's the dash up. Espada opted to stay down.
Uh-oh, this could
Oh,
be
good
it.
bait. And that will be a game for Ryan.
And
Now, go ahead.
jeez, no, I mean like Ryan's shown here that Seth's not the only one who's got that explosive damage.
Now, now we know that Espada has a bunch of characters in the back as well. Was that enough of a dominant performance from Ryan for him to finally make the switch to, say, Akuma, maybe even Nash? Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see this. I think Espada got the confidence. I think, but for a couple SPDs, like he might have had that game. And we've seen Espada get the read on SPDs a lot. He dashed. I think you got to be a little more judicious with the hands. There you go. The hands, backdash, come in with the hands.
Oh, good stuff there. Love seeing the flex. But unfortunately, he lost all that white life. SPD, the mental damage is real.
I was about to say, I don't know that any V skill kind of changes the dynamic of the round as much as that one. All right, back
Just
throw,
normal
Denny.
back throw? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
no!
I think he had the shimmy read, but he just didn't go through.
Yeah, definitely was trying to get that one to come. Unfortunate for Ryan.
Now here's the thing. They did make the change to armor so that you can be killed through armor.
That's right. Yeah, V skill a lot less useful now than it used to be in this situation. But the dash up EX speed SPD, he's gonna get some Oki.
Unfortunately, he didn't dash back in. Espada only needed one more hit.
Alright, use it or lose it, I think, is what Ryan was thinking.
Oh, that's
yeah,
unfortunate. That was good patience on both their parts.
for sure. I think Ryan getting
Round 2.
because certainly doable, even with only 17 seconds on set. Good.
Oh,
job.
there we go.
Yeah.
With the crouching. Oh, tried to advance with it, but didn't get anything. That's unfortunate. Normal forgot jump.
Oh, it's a long way back for Ryan now. Good stuff.
Yeah, Ryan was looking for the tech there. Unfortunately, Espada had other ideas. And
Right.
iThrow will advance over RyanDeopante.
Great stuff from both players. I think you saw both players really adapting because they were starting to bait out a lot of things.
Yeah.
Even though Ryan was able to bait out a lot of the XTPs, you saw Ryan still trying to bait it out even when Espada kind of just abandoned that altogether and giving up Zoki and thinking they were going to come out. Which, as Zangief, that's hard. That's a hard thing to do. When you finally get a knockdown to give up your Oki because you're afraid of getting hit by EX SPD. So, nice restraint from Zane. Nice ability to show, like, hey, I'm willing to do this. And Ryan never really dared him to do it again after that.
Yeah, for sure. I think that Espada, always the patient player, is willing to kind of like let you make the mistakes to seal your own grave. So what you really have to do against Espada is put him in, like, yeah, I feel like I'm giving away the keys to the kingdom here, but if you want to be Espada, you really have to get up in his face, pressure him, put him in 50-50 situations where he's not able to suss out exactly what he needs to do. Because when he's in neutral, when he's on the offensive, he's a very analytical player, and he can tear you apart like that way.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, because I think the times I've seen Espada maybe you don't see that cool calmness. Is I think in one of the first, maybe the first week, we saw Luca and Marvin had a really good run. I think finished second, and he more than I think a lot of other players I've seen these tournaments on Full Bar Friday. Like sometimes Luca is just like, hey, I'm gonna have 10 seconds of just pure unpredictability. Like I don't know what he's able to do, but it doesn't. I don't want to say random because that has a negative connotation, but like sometimes he just does stuff, and I'm like, there's.
You have to go Ultra Instinct. You have to let your fingers do the attacks for you and not think about them.
Yeah, and I think what I mentioned, like play and understand these games. I think that's part of it. Is he knows when it's time to go wild, and he knows when it's gonna work. Because it's not like he does it and then he gets bopped for it. He does it and it works, and it's an amazing thing to watch. And I think if you look at the VODs, you'll hear me be surprised a lot at the decisions like someone like Luca will make and when they work. And I'll be shocked, but then I'll say like, yeah, that would have worked on me too. So yeah, I think to your point, that is the last time probably I saw iThrow feeling any kind of pressure. Was now weeks ago, when Luca just kind of did some Rashid stuff and went a little crazy.
There are a lot of players at the upper end. No player at the highest level of this game is completely, no training mode, all feel. But there are definitely players at the upper end of this game that have the ability to not really autopilot, but let their kind of sense for the game take over and be unpredictable without having to take the time to process their actions. And that can be a huge asset when you're trying to keep your opponent off their guard.
For sure. And, like I mentioned earlier, that it is kind of like a spectrum. And as you say, no thing, like I'm not sitting here saying Luca doesn't look at the frame data, doesn't, lab setups. It's just, I think sometimes when these players get put into a pressure situation, that's when you kind of see which part of their brain is winning out when they just start reacting. And speaking of, probably one of my favorite player matchups I could have imagined, Luca and Verse. Two players who have been out every week, I think. Two players who have a lot of characters they play. And two players just really strong, really interesting decision-making, just fantastic decision-making, really. So Luca, with this Rashid, his crouch, he gets so much mileage.
Now, Luca is the alt account of Marvin X Matters. This is his Rashid only account.
Yeah, he's just master on an alt, basically, Rashid. But Verse, taking the damage with the DP. Alright, but now it's time for Rashid stuff.
Yep, Rashid easily can take the game away from you if you're not careful. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I missed the crouch jab. That would have.
Oh, I didn't even notice. We've got some tandem booster action going on. V-skill 2 for Seth.
Yeah, I think Verse is the only Seth player we've seen use.
Pop quiz, what is Mad Cradle from? What move is it? Like, where is it from?
Oh boy, I'm failing that clue.
It is actually from Darkstalker. There's Dimitri's uppercut.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that was a really high dive kick. I'm probably as surprised as Luca is that he wasn't able to punch that.
Oh, I got hit by that. That was a beautiful tick throw.
Oh boy. Good stuff from Verse. Crouch Fierce into Whirlwind Shot. Definitely has a gap there. So not only is Marvin out that meter now, but he also takes the CA damage.
Verse really high on these axe kicks. It looks like that was supposed to be another axe kick, but he plugged the input.
Oh, tried to go for the sweep into V-trigger cancel.
That okay. Okay. Good stuff from Luca. Unfortunately, that is not the end of the game. He will be going into this final round with no meter. But I like the spunk.
Yeah, I mean, no one has the reaction sequence. When it comes to confirms, I think he's the top player that we see on a regular basis.
Tandem booster Hecatomb. And again, more axe kicks.
Alright, yeah, gonna challenge up to that Tatsu. Gets the funky side switch. Heavy mixer trades, that's too bad. Uh-oh.
Good basic combo here.
Yeah, I didn't want the crush counter scaling.
Oh, he went for a third one. What a cheeky asshole.
It's gonna be a lot of damage.
Not enough to kill. Oh, I'm loving
watch
this.
the overhead. Yeah, all right. Marvin's gonna get CA. He only needs one. Oh no! Tried to punish the hands, but not able to.
Went for the overhead. Just raw, good old
That crash forward.
forward.
Seth wins.
That was a great round from both players. I don't expect to see any character switches here from Luka Doncic. I think he was just going to stick with Rashid here.
No,
I definitely
you
think that Rashid can carry him here.
I think so too. The only time we saw him bust out Kirk was I think the first week, and that might have been against Doc near the end of the bracket. But no, I think he's kind of made it clear he's here at Full Bar Friday and he's intending to win with Rashid only.
Also, can we talk about how clean that kit looks on Rashid?
Oh, it's my favorite costume fits for sure.
Good forward throw. Both players kind of being a little more conservative. Oh, that was an unfortunate spinning mixture.
Good pickup at the EX hands. Just jumps out, okay, and gets the low confirm into the fight.
These axe kicks are doing pretty good work for Verse.
Oh, good interruption. Not gonna get the 3+ frames on that hard touch.
Still has plenty of V-trigger, one left. Doesn't need it.
2 rounds in a row where Luka's only a touch away from confirming CA to take the round, but just gets clipped. So this game, it is 1-0 and it is match point for Verse, but it very easily could have been the other way.
I need to see some bar use from Luka here. I think that he's stockpiling a little too much. Unless he wants to burn it all for like CA within the first 5 seconds of the round, he needs to not be going into the second round with full bar.
Yeah, you know, starting around, I agree. We see him hold on to that bar for a lot of CA chip outs, but otherwise, I think we've only seen maybe an EX whirlwind shot that did get stuffed.
Back throw. Oh, nice!
Let him jump over.
Makes it safe.
Oh, the
Good cross-up.
hits, and that might be it with the V-trigger? Sure.
And that will be it. Verse 130 will go over Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic not out yet. That will be the winner's round, so he still has losers to go through. And speaking of which, over on the north side of the bracket, it looks like NovaSpec has advanced over Espada. Espada is in losers, and it looks like he will be facing the winner of the Lone Wolf. GillArcade and the Last Dragon still playing their match. We've got a bit of a traffic jam in losers, but it looks like we should be okay here in a second. Maticus, we got a game coming up for us?
Just a second, guys.
You got it.
I mean, Espada and losers for the first time in 3 weeks now. So, NovaSpec, he's here to play, man. He is Crescent NovaSpec for a reason.
Yeah, he's the real deal for sure. There's no fluke in why he's been sponsored. I think that he's definitely a player worth it. We definitely have other players here in the area. I think that a lot of these players that we have in the bracket tonight, a lot of them should honestly find some sponsors here. Espada for sure. Marvin X Matters. I can't say his second tag name with Doncic. And we also got Dr. African. He is, I believe, sponsored by Hitbox, if I'm not mistaken. He might have, I'm not sure what his current sponsorship is. And also he is the patron of the EX Dojo, as we know.
Right.
And of course, our good Louisiana players as well. Verse 130, we got GillArcade as well. I know Mexikenmasters is in here. He was sponsored for a long time. And then, of course, we also got RyanDeopante, who is our Oklahoma player for the night. Do we know where Lone Wolf is from?
Lone Wolf? I don't think so. I know it's Lone Wolf's, I believe, first time here at the Full Bar Fridays. But...
Do we know if it's maybe a pseudonym or something? Well, shout out to Lone Wolf. Glad to see you, whoever you are, whether new or old face.
But yeah, I didn't know. So I didn't know Ryan was in. To have yet, but if you're watching, this is open to art too. But it is nice to have. I think I saw someone on Twitter refer to it as the Third Coast. Finally has a weekly of their own. So I think that's the idea, is to kind of give. It's a strong area, I think, as we've seen with the games tonight. It's just hard under the current circumstances to get into these online weeklies where the other strong players are. Again, I know NovaSpec has been in Wednesday Night Fights tournaments the last few weeks, but I also know that those connections are not always great in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. But hopefully here the connections are the, and I think the players are honestly just as good as any in the country. It's just, you know, it's maybe not as riveting and sexy to be from Dallas as it is New York or SoCal, right?
I think one of the big reasons for that, and you'll excuse me for being a little philosophical here, but one of the big reasons for that is, yes, we are a very spread out region. We actually had 2 or 3 different locals going on at the same time for Street Fighter V, and that kind of cannibalized our player base. I think that if driving distance was less of a factor for us here, especially here in the Metroplex, I think that we could definitely have a very strong scene here in Dallas.
Yeah, for sure.
And not to mention, like, we don't have a whole lot of rivalry between in the state as well. In California, you got the NorCal-South Cal rivalry, which has been huge and definitely a big factor in strengthening those players. Here, yes, I will say that, like, over on the DBFZ side, I did help organize a invasion of Austin from Dallas and Houston. That was a lot of fun. Shout out to Vegeta the God for hosting us that night. But in general, like, we don't hate Houston or Austin or San Antonio or Laredo or any of those guys. We're all just kind of like Texas boys at this point, and like there's no animosity. And while that's great, like we need some kind of local that we can go to after this vaccine happens, because I'm missing offlines dearly. And then we need to encourage tech sharing, cooperation, building each other up in a big way, which Dr. African and EX Dojo and Espada have been doing. But we need more of that. We need more of that kind of thing in Texas as a whole. Yeah, and I think thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I think you're right, Doc, for sure. I think part of trying to use this scene. Yeah, I agree that it is spread out and it's tough. You know, like after a long day, you have you know, the weeklies on the night of a day you're working. If you're in, I don't know, Frisco and the locals are held in Arlington, yeah, I don't blame you for not wanting to make that drive, even though we're all considered Dallas, or even just Fort Worth to Dallas is a pretty significant drive too, even though we're referred to as DFW. So that's a big part of it. But you know, kind of going back to Doc, he's really good, I think, in the area of each local and trying to get the EX Dojo guys out. I know they all are good at supporting. Like, you know, with Collisions, we would have a monthly Street Fighter. They were good at showing up to that because it didn't conflict with what they were doing. So that was really helpful to get our scene off. And yeah, I don't want to turn into a thing every week where I sing Doc's praises, even though he's definitely deserving of it. But he's certainly a big part of making our area in Dallas kind of feel a little more cohesive, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Even though, let's see, like, even though I was over in Argyle, I definitely tried to make my way out to Farmers Branch a couple times for. I think it was over in Garland actually, but it was definitely a bit of a drive for me. But I tried to make it out every time I could, and I was always happy to be there when I could be there. But again, it's just the driving distance. It kills a lot of it for a lot of players here, because like we had GillArcade in up in Texarkana, is what he was saying, and it's like 2 hours to drive for him to get to any local back when we were having them. I think that is also another call for just like, hey, Japan, can you get your netcode situation together? Because that also would help a lot. I think that we had excellent netcode, but Street Fighter V has gotten to the point where it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's not as good as like a true rollback, like say Skullgirls GGPO or some of the stuff they put into Tekken, or you know, like the Samurai Special 5, the stuff the Code Mystics are doing. But with the distance that Dallas has to it for all its players, we definitely need better online. We need better locals. We need to be more cohesive. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think the biggest thing that we could have is we need some way for Capcom to tell players, hey, here's where your local's at. That might be a good thing for them to do, is to have like a board where you can say, hey, here are the community events in my area. And if it's from Capcom themselves, like Capcom USA, they just have like a board somewhere saying like, hey, here are the locals in your area. That might also be a good way to tell players where they can find action around here. And then after that, it's on us as players to be inviting to new players.
I think that's a big part of it too, and I think this area is really good at welcoming new players quite a bit.
Absolutely.
We were all new players at some point, so it's still intimidating as a new player to walk into a place where everybody knows each other. But I have found, when I was going to versus, and I think for me, when as part of the Collisions crew, I think that's one of the big parts of what we're trying to do too. If people feel welcoming, then the skill level will grow naturally because we'll all want to play with each other. So I think that's a huge part, and I think this area is really okay. That's enough of the serious. Maybe we have Ryan with the Akuma, which not a surprise. F with the one of the characters I really like watching. She can do kind of funky stuff. Like if I get hit by one more, sweep canceled into the light food, then I'm gonna lose my mind. But I get hit by it every time because you don't expect her to be able to make a sweep save. But let's go.
I'm still in the camp of saying that I think that they changed up Jury too much for this game. I think that especially losing the travel distance on Pinwheel was probably the thing that hurt the character the most, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it was a big thing too. But overall, I think it is kind of an interesting character to play. I think having those resource costs to keep track of is kind of a fun little thing that makes her a little unique. Good punish on the top too. No stock, so couldn't do much more.
But it's okay. We got Akuma going in with the double fireballs. Feature 1.
Oh, went for the V-skill parry there. Or something.
And both players on VT1, VS1. We're doing some classic stuff here.
Yeah, the less say we both say about Jury's V-trigger 2, probably the better.
Oh, just goes for the overhead. Good stuff. And that was a good back and forth round there from Carlos and from Ryan. This is going to be a good set so far. And what I say about starting with full stick of butter, both players. All right, we moved to there for a second, Bus. Oh, no.
Yes, connections issue with Bus. I'll step in a little bit. All right, we got the stun combo.
Yeah, we got a good stuff here from Carlos. Carlos taking away this game. After the last game was pretty close, Carlos is coming back at it and just absolutely wrecking that second one. We'll get Butts back here in a second. Thank you guys for hanging with us.
Man, Carlos putting in a clinic with his Jury right now.
Yeah, I love to see it. Jury players are kind of two breeds. Either you're just playing the character because you like the character's aesthetic and theme, or you're playing the character because you really are dedicated and want to get in with it. And one of those players bounces off, the other player just gets more and more dedicated.
Oh, definitely. I think Bus Driver's back.
Plus, can you hear us?
Oh, I've got you. Let's try this again.
Okay. As we saw the last game, Carlos was pretty dominant, but now Ryan going in and having more control over this.
Ryan just going for those sweeps, even though he doesn't have the V-trigger ready for the cancel.
Oh, EX unfortunately can't punish it. Jury getting stocked up. Goes for the V reversal, doesn't get it, unfortunately.
Do it? Yeah. Kind of been the story of the week for iThrow's Akuma the last couple of weeks is the air fireball just doing work for his Akuma.
Ryan seems to be doing a pretty good job with it, though. I'm happy to see it.
Ooh, the Tatsu to get over the Fuha. Very nice.
And Carlos just throwing out an endless barrage of legs. Using that stock to try and get in a bit better. The slow speed of that fireball. Oh, here we go. DP punish with the crush counter.
Goes for the reset, has plenty of bar.
Yeah, Ryan's sitting on full meter here. He's about to have full V meter as well.
Oh, that DP that's like -3 on a standing opponent who blocks. Yeah, that is not safe. Juries sometimes want to make it safe.
And what does not kill? Carlos still in this. Good stuff here from... Oh, no!
Oh.
Unfortunate. Jumps behind the V reversal and just grabs him. Good stuff. That'll be one apiece. We going to see Carlos change characters, or is he going to stick with the jury?
First time we've had Carlos on stream, so I have not yet gotten a bead on who his characters are.
He's going to pull out his pocket Dan. He's got early access.
Dan kicks are +2.
Nope, we're just going to go straight back to it with the jury.
Ryan just that sweep. He found that sweep a couple rounds ago, and it's working for him.
We're seeing some demon flips there and there.
Not really confirming into that DP, just kind of getting it to hit.
Hey man, whatever works.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's safer than most DPs. Tried to walk under that dive kick. That's unfortunate.
And just raw fundamentals, Ryan easily taking that one.
Round 2.
Not to mention, he'll go into this round with almost a full stick of butter.
Again, that sweep. That sweep just doing a lot of work. Must be 4 that have hit in the last 3 rounds. 5.
Good EXCP.
So Jury into combo with that V-Skull, she's got stocked up. She could get V-Trigger pretty early as far as her life's concerned. But uses the V-Reversal instead, and the X fly.
It's not your turn yet.
There's the walk under. Not going to try and V-Reversal those this time.
Oh, just a little short. These pinwheels are getting some purchase today.
Oh, there's the V-Skull, yeah.
Very nice stuff. Was waiting for that fireball.
Yes, he was. Got to keep track of that.
Get some stock at the start of the round. Uses it for a slow fireball.
Yeah, I think if you're Carlos, I mean, if Ryan's giving you this space, go ahead and get as many stocks as Ryan will allow you to.
EX Fuha.
Ah, again, the pinwheel.
He's really liking that slow fireball, and I don't blame him. It's one of Jury's best tools. A little bit of a shame he has to sword up.
Oh, a little too plus there for the throw, if you can believe it on that V-Trigger cancel.
Forward throw, okay. Just take the throw.
Oh,
Goes to
good
the
block.
overhead and gets stuffed.
Yeah, good block from Ryan. And another sweep hits, but he was able to cancel it anyway.
Goes for another forward throw, but unfortunately just gets whipped.
And that
He
should
wants
do
to
it.
close this out. That should do it. This is, I believe, loser's bracket, so that will be the end of Carlos EF 3000, if I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, please go ahead and say nothing. I don't really care. And we are moving on to NovaSpec versus Verse, I believe.
NovaSpec versus Verse. Okay, that's gonna be a high level match for sure. And talked about no easy paths to grand finals. If NovaSpec's got to go through Verse now, then not only is he going through and sending to losers, the winner of the last 2 weeks, but Verse has had very strong showings since the inaugural Full Bar Friday. So if NovaSpec's going to do it, if he's going to come in and take that money, he's probably going to do it in the hardest way he can.
We also have kind of a traffic jam. At least we might not just have a reporting issue over in losers. We still have GillArcade and The Last Dragon as not reported yet. The winner of that will be playing the Lone Wolf. The winner of that will be playing at Spada. So we kind of got a bit of a hold up down in the losers bracket. Let's see here. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out to Full Bar Friday tonight. We always appreciate all of the viewers we can get. And of course, you notice we got the pot up to $40.70. If you can, please go to Matcherino And if you sign up and use the code FBFSFV4, we will go ahead and add 50 cents to the pot, no charge to you. That will be on Matcherino. So please, it doesn't cost you anything. If you can, go ahead and throw some money to our great players here in the Southwest area. We are happy to have them here. When it seems like the West Coast and the East Coast don't really want us right now.
I know NLBC says no to most of our states, and like I said, I know NovaSpec has been in some Wednesday night fights tournaments, but again, I know that those are not great connections. I don't think he's the only one who's kind of said that. I believe Luca also mentioned some of those connections can be a little sus. So, you know, but hey, that's a Wednesday night fight. This is Full Bar Friday. If you really want to hustle, you can just win that one and win this one 2 days later.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you if you really want to, I'm sure you can find a tournament anywhere. You can find some tournament every night of the week if you really want to. That's certainly the case. So, this was before the Troubles, so I'm not really sure if it applies anymore. But you could find, I think it was at least 2 weeklies every night of the week for Smash here in DFW. We were definitely a huge place for Smash, thanks to Tourney Locator. And we got some great players in the area for that. Shout-outs to the Ultimate Crew. That they always put on a good show. But now, I believe we got NovaSpec in verse 130.
We've not yet seen Colleen from verse. I don't know if we're going to see it here. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, with the nostalgia costume.
Neither player messing around. Both players, I mean, I don't know if verse would consider Colleen his main, but it's certainly one of my favorite players to watch, and certainly my favorite character to watch. So this is no messing around for these two.
Fight.
All right, yeah, just walk into that poison. That's what I do. You know, you can't be scared of it. You can't give it too much respect.
Most characters have a good way to get into projectiles these days, so he's not as scary in this game as he could be in, say, Street Fighter 4.
Right.
Like, if you were Mika, how would you get in on Fong?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't be playing. I probably wouldn't even try Mika in this match, honestly. I think Colleen is pretty well equipped to deal with a lot of his stuff, though. You know, EX Vanity Step can probably get through traps. Oh, look at that. The hail taken down.
We got a no-fly zone.
Yeah. Taking the damage. Oh, no. Missed the mistake jump, I think.
And versus out of feature 2.
Good stuff, punishing the slide. Yeah, verse, I think, because Fong has certain buttons that seem to just be good at being plus, I think some players get used to seeing those buttons from Fong. So we saw verse already. Oh, sorry, we saw verse catch NovaSpec twice with the stand strong buffered into heavy hands for a lot of damage. Uh-oh, there's the launcher. That's safe. All the damage. B-skill is over.
Nope, not for Fong. Nonsense happening.
Good blocks.
NovaSpec sitting on full meter. Doesn't need any of it. Goes comfortably into game 3 with a full bar.
Yeah, that hurts for Colleen. She can do so much damage with 1 bar or 2. I think having that bar, I mean, there's a reason you almost never see Colleen use CA, and she just gets too much with bar for her EX moves. Alright. Yeah, I was about to say, I have a feeling NovaSpec's coming down with a button there.
Oh, he came able with CA as well. With CA, nobody really knows how to block.
All the, just
being a big bully.
Yeah, all those plus frames. Oh, misses the target combo.
Tries to go in.
Delayed get up means the EXA won't give him much.
And just like that, we're even. I'll be completely honest and say I don't actually know what BT2 does for Fong. I just know it's better.
Yeah, I think. Oh, good anti-air. I believe it basically makes all of his specials a lot stronger.
Okay.
Oh, they tried to go for the instant overhead. But Verse has seen that one before. He has read that book before.
Colleen wins.
Good stuff there from Verse.
Yeah, Verse, the defense from Verse, very patient. Didn't really get caught by too much of the tricky stuff Fong was trying to do. And blocks that instant overhead, and Fong takes forever to come down. Verse was definitely going to take that as soon as he got the lockdown. Oh, and there's
It's a command grab.
26 framer.
Sometimes it doesn't matter.
All right, I think tried to frost touch there and got thrown out of it. Not the worst thing that can happen for this timed frost touch.
All I'm is that Colleen got a better DDT than Alex.
Oh,
Good
red
crush
down
counter.
Fierce. Max damage. Side switch? No. Oh, missed it though. The no mix up, but came down a little too early.
And NovaSpec being very conservative with his bar. He's going into this next round with quite a lot.
Right, and on the flip side, you saw Verse had to use the bar for the EX vanity step there to get the mix-up situation. Oh, there's that strong. Stand
Good
strong
shimmy.
into hard hands. This is a fast-paced match with these two characters.
Well, NovaSpec definitely has a bit of a faster Fong if he wants to.
Oh, are you kidding me with that? Trying to catch the backdash with this sweep, I guess.
Didn't time his meaty just right, unfortunately.
Oh, the walk under.
We're just gonna punch him to death just with lights.
Yeah, this is just Verse kind of going ham here. The hard reads, the crouch jab, I believe, into the sweep to catch the backdash. Come on.
He's definitely starting to challenge a lot better. 2 crush counters in a row. He's almost got his V-trigger already.
Oh, I was about to say, he can whiff punish that on the V-trigger cancel, and he's going to. Side switch, there's the
There it
start.
is. That was sick. I'll just look up CAs. I love it. He's really angry.
Yeah, he definitely is. Oh, that's just barely enough. Oh, I was afraid NovaSpec was going to fall out of that EX hand. There was not much more room to give there.
And
Verse
Verse will
taking it
knock
there.
NovaSpec to losers. Good stuff from Verse.
That was
This is 3 out of 5.
Oh,
Good.
3 out of 5. I barely even
Fantastic.
noticed that we were in winners finals. Sorry, guys.
I was gonna beg you for a third game between these two. Let's go.
We might get 3 more.
I mean, it does not, based on what we saw, it does not feel like it is a 2-0 set right now. I mean,
No.
those rounds could have gone either way very easily. Both
Yeah,
players
it was-
out all the stops. I mean, Verse he's already gone for that EX vanity step mix up twice. So he's willing to spin the bar to make NovaSpec guess.
I'm very curious. NovaSpec hopped out this time. So I'm curious if what kind of character he's going to switch to. Is he going to switch up his V-trigger maybe? Because the thing is that like NovaSpec is known for his Fong. So if he feels like there's a better matchup, I'm kind of curious to see it. If he does switch, though, this is his last opportunity to do so in this winner's final set.
Oh, just amazing stuff from Verse, those two games. Both players, obviously, elite, high-level stuff, but I'll try and not be such a homer for Verse here, but I can't get enough of watching his Colleen.
Yeah, I know you stand Colleen. Don't worry about it.
So I think Verse, I think correctly, at least in my opinion, one I agree with, going V-Skill 1 in this match against Honda.
Fight.
I think we can, there you go, I was about to say, I think you can catch the headbutts pretty easily on reaction with that V-Skill 1. Ooh, that is a +1 crouch forward, but NovaSpec does not care.
Going for the good hits.
Oh, I guess it's hard for Honda to cancel, or excuse me.
Good V reversal.
Very bad. Oh, okay, the trade. Telling you, that stand strong and EX and hard hands is putting work in no matter which character
Good butt
Verse is
slam.
fighting against. Here we go. all the damage.
Oh, went for an Ochio. Unfortunately, that will get him out of this this round. He was so close to taking the round.
I mean, she gets. It's still crazy to me. She gets that launching target combo that's safe on block and V-trigger too.
Good headbutt.
All right, first gonna slow it
Lots
down a
to
little
activate the
bit.
V skill. V skill still active.
Yeah, it's bait, but knocked her back. There you go.
Back throw.
Wow, challenge those hands. I'm surprised.
Good headbutt. It does have armor. Oh, the backdash. Nice stuff. Ochio. Man, I believe that's his crouching medium punch, if I'm not mistaken. Looking like
Yeah.
Alex's crouching medium.
Yeah, really stuffing a lot of stuff Verse wants to do. So we've already seen NovaSpec kind of abandon the headbutts to an extent. I say that, and then there's the full screen headbutt. But you know, commentators cursed, but I guess I'm the one getting cursed.
But it seems like NovaSpec definitely feeling a lot more comfortable with the Honda here.
I think for sure able to bully Colleen a little more. Gonna get maxed up on that Vanity Step.
Oh, you saw that. Okay, so Honda has a special attribute on his jumping heavy punch. He can move himself either direction with it. You saw him use that there. Oh! Okay.
Interesting, yeah. Oh, I was about to say, I understand what Verse was going for there, but a little too late. Wanted to be trigger cancel into Frost Touch.
If this was Season 1, he would have invincibility frames on those. Unfortunately, that will be the end for NovaSpec. He will go down to loser's bracket now. This is the end of his winner's run. Congrats to Verse. Verse advancing to Grand Finals.
Really strong Colleen, I say it every week.
And hey, you get to see at least 6 more games of it.
Fantastic. His Colleen is just, yeah, we usually see maybe once a set he'll go for that, you know, EX hands and EX Vanity Step, mix up or no mix up. But against the Honda, we didn't see it. It was just kind of fishing for crush counters, able to beat out Honda when he needed to, and having the reactions to get the V-trigger dash in for just all that damage. And
yeah, for sure. I think that, again, like I said earlier, Honda is definitely a character that a lot of, like, he was a very defensive character in previous iterations. You've seen players like Mike Ross make a lot of use out of him in a very conservative way. In Street Fighter V, he's definitely a little bit more Unga. He's attracted some people like that like the grapplers in this day and age, and he's in the pocket of a lot of Alex players, which is how I know about him a little bit.
Hmm.
I know, like I said, Prototype's using him these days.
I'm sorry, keep going.
No, I was going to say, I think that Honda, while he has all the same moves he used to have, his iteration of Street Fighter V, the way he is in Street Fighter V, attracts a different style player as in the past.
Yeah, I think that's true, and I think what's interesting about the characters, I feel like he still hasn't been fully explored. I think there's still a lot of figuring out to do with Honda. You know, sure, EX Butt Slam, we all kind of had to learn its properties when it crossed up versus when it didn't. But I think, especially with V-Skill 2, I think there's a lot of stuff that, I don't know if maybe people are labbing it and they're getting ready for the CPT online and they'll unleash it, but I think there will come a time when someone kind of is revelatory with a Honda. And it's just a feeling I have that this character is gonna really up into tournament at some point. I think there's something there. I think every time I see a Honda on screen, I get excited that maybe this is the time I'm gonna see someone do something with Honda that I couldn't imagine, that just really makes us all look at the character, reassess the character. Although I don't think anyone thinks he's not viable. But I think there's something there that still is going to get figured out.
I think you're right. I think that he definitely does have a little bit more digging to do on the hands of the players. We've had him for over a year now. He came out, I believe, in the summer of last year. And he came out with Poison and Lucia.
Okay.
And while all 3 of those characters, I think, have had very good success, obviously Poison's had the most success with IDOM out of New York City. But I think all three could use a little bit more time in the lab as far as what we can do with them. Looks like sounds like we got a match. If we can go ahead and switch over to that real quick. There we go. We got Gil versus Seth. We got the battle of the boss characters.
All right, tell me about Gil. I don't know much about this character.
So Gil, as many have noticed, plays by a little different rules. He does not have any crush counters in his kit at all, instead trading it for the retribution mechanic. If somebody is coded in fire or ice, that means they have to be hit with an EX fireball of that type of move, or with the meteor from V-Trigger 1, or V-Skill 1 other, or with the V-Trigger attacks. Then he can hit with the opposite element to do basically a crush counter attack and continue the combo. He is a very combo, because it looks like we got blocking V-Skill 2 on deck. He's a very skill-intensive character. I love him a lot, but it's a little frustrating to see him used sometimes, just because that he has so much to offer.
And we saw Last Dragon use Gil last week with that V-Skill 2 block, and he was on point with it. He was getting punishes that should not exist in this game because parry is not a thing in this game, except for Gil.
You've got a few characters, but you're absolutely right that Gil kind of plays with different rules with his parry.
Round 2. Fight.
If you're picking V-Skill 2 with Gil, rather, you're definitely telling your opponent that you know his moves and you're going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and we certainly saw that last week. He was ready to go on it. All right, the good buffer from Espada on the with the Tatsu there.
Espada being a little more conservative, trying to go in when he can.
Oh, gonna get
I think Last Dragon made a little bit too much. Oh, looks like we skipped ahead. Looks like iThrow Espada did win that last match. Looks like we had a little bit of catching up to do.
Oh, yeah, that tackle is pretty minus, and Seth's gonna be able to get a lot off that.
I forget what Seth gets off of V-Skill 1 from Gil.
It is whatever, if Gil's version is not called Violent Knee Drop, it's whatever the equivalent of that is. Alright, just gonna delay the get up and wake up with buttons and that, oh, too far away for the continuation. But a long way back for iThrow here.
We still got V-Skill. And just the cross-up knee.
Yeah, what a late cross-up button there.
I will say that most skills tend to use V-Trigger 2, Last Dragon using V-Trigger 1 with Flame. It's my personal favorite V-Trigger to use, but I know why it's not the preferred.
Big jump in. There's the fire.
Retribution. My favorite throw in the game.
So since I believe the Retribution, if the ice hit is the one that causes Retribution, it does more stun, and fire on Retribution will do more damage.
I believe it's similar to that. I think that just in general, his fire moves do more damage than their ice counterparts, but the ice counterparts do more stun. Because if you'll notice, every special he has, except for the Moonsault, has a fire and an ice burst.
Good stuff from iThrow. The V-Trigger taking it back, just fishing with that one crouch forward enough to end it.
He's got to be careful though. Last Dragon sitting on full bar.
Oh, smart stuff. He's skilling through the fireball.
Ooh, good blocking.
I'm telling you, Last Dragon came ready with that V-Skill last week, and he's got it again this week.
You got him, man.
Oh,
ooh,
yeah, I could kind of see that walk under coming, so smart stuff by iThrow. And here we go, more Retribution.
Oh, he missed it.
I think actually Last Dragon uses that tackle to close the distance and kind of get maybe a meaty button. We saw him do that last week too.
So the attributes of his flame attacks change when he has his V-Trigger activated. Either V-Trigger for Gil enables him his fireballs of the specific element
Seth wins.
to create that element that allows retribution. Normally, he only is able to do it with the EX versions of those moves. So you're going to see him use those EX moves only really when he's... I don't think even think he can do EX Fireball of that element when he's in V-Trigger. I think he can only do normal versions.
Round 1.
But he doesn't need to use the EX version because, again, he can just... he gets that... basically his EX is for free. It sounds like we got a match going on.
Yeah, it was 2 out of 3. I forgot to switch it back.
It's fine. Well, we're going to have to use our imagination for a second on how this is playing out.
They're
Oh no, I think he's saying that set's over.
the set's over.
Oh, the set's over. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we're back on loser's side, so it's not a first to 3. So.
Okay, so they're just playing for fun, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
I hope so.
Maybe Last Dragon. Hopefully, Last Dragon.
Okay. I'm picking up what's going on now.
So yeah, iThrow does advance 2-0. He'll take on Luca next. So a team kill coming in the next part of the losers bracket, but that does mean iThrow still has a chance to win 3 weeks in a row, and we'll probably see Luca again. And just really strong players. Again, versus iThrow and Luca, all 3 players have finished top 3 on Full Bar Friday already. And NovaSpec coming in, just kind of waiting in the finals.
Yeah, picking things up. Whoever wins, I know that they've all played NovaSpec at least a little bit. I know, say a little bit. I know they played them plenty at the EX dojo here and there. NovaSpec definitely stopping by, and so this will be a pretty familiar match. It sounds like we got a Gill CA in the background. I can hear that. And we got a...
I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to switch it back to 2 out of 3.
No, you're fine. It feels like they're having a blast at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Last Dragon getting some more reps in, but I believe another one of the Louisiana players, and strong showings the last 2 weeks. It's a killer 4 players left, and Last Dragon could easily have been part of the final 4. So
Yeah.
certainly nothing against Dragon to lose to iThrow, because it is as stacked a final bit of the bracket as we've seen so far.
We get... Let's see. Do you think that Luka Doncic is going to stick on Rashid the whole time, or do you think we'll see a Karim?
No, I think he seems pretty committed to the Shi, but since it is Luka and iThrow, I guess it depends on how much he wants to style. I think he's pretty confident in his Rashid. I'm expecting him to, he either wins this or he loses, and it's going to be with Rashid. I'm not expecting a character change from him. So.
Wait, what? That's... No. What y'all doing?
Manic is having some issues with the players today.
Players running amok in the lobby there.
Okay. I'm guessing this is going to be iThrow and Luka Doncic. I'll assume that is the case. But yes, if you notice, we do have a $43.20 match arena right now. If you want to help pitch in for absolutely nothing, you can go over to matcharena.com and use the promo code FBFSFV4 to add 50 cents to the pot completely free of charge. That's on Match Arena. And just to get you the service, but it will be in our favor, and we appreciate you guys if you use it, because we definitely want to give these guys appropriate kudos and money for their time.
Absolutely. And if I think Matcherino takes 8 or 9 different socials. I'm sure you've got one. You can log in easy that way. But definitely they deserve it. These guys I know they're playing a game a ton, and I wish they could get out to in-person locals, but it's better that we're doing it this way. Let me just say that. I hope everyone's able to stay safe. It's rough. It's rough out there. So stay safe. If you need to Skype anyone to stay close, I encourage you to do that. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and that's the last bit of nursing I'll bring into the tournament tonight. I promise.
Yeah, definitely. I'm waiting for the vaccine so we can get back to some sort of normalcy with some locals. Unfortunately, it seems like the situation has kind of ravaged our local scene, but we'll rebuild. We always do.
All right, so there's the sheet. Got the Seth from iThrow. He's kind of been, I think, with Seth most of the night, actually.
Yeah, he was G a lot last week, and now we see him using Seth a bit more this time.
So Luca, there's that crouch fierce. No one uses it better. And the two little jabs of the Eagle Spike, also a big confirm for him.
And Luka Doncic doing some great stuff here. Oh, gets in the corner though. Unfortunate.
He's gonna wait it out. Yeah, he's got a big life lead. No reason to take risks. We're gonna get a side switch. Yep. Save the V trigger. Just take the corner. iThrow's still very much in this. We've seen him fish with the crouch forward and steal around with about this much life. Oh!
I'm not sure if that was a misinput or if that was just looking for something that wasn't there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what that could have been, but I don't think it would have been that hard of a read this early. I see the jabs, but we might be having some connection issues.
Let's see what these players. Usually, that you're right. That does mean that there's a connection issue somewhere. Looks like both players are okay with it now. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Shout out to the Capcom Netcode team. Got that Elena sweep going on.
Yeah, I think from here we'll say both players are good, or at least Luca's feeling good with it.
Who do you think has the advantage in the Wi-Fi Warrior matchup?
It feels like it's Rashid, right? I think Rashid could go wild in a better way than Seth could. Long way back for iThrow here, but he can definitely pull it off. We've seen it before.
Mad Cradle. Good throw escape.
There you go. That should do it. But always scary when Seth has a meter, some V trigger, and that crouch forward if you're at 30% health, because just fish with that crouch forward, and if you get caught with the V trigger, it could easily melt your life.
And Rashid spit some hot fire against Seth in the aftermatch quote. Some of these are savage.
Fight.
99-second jump from Luca. Let's go. Already has the corner. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that is the minus Tatsu there from Seth. That looked like the plus one. Luca just gonna backdash it.
Yeah, I feel like we're in the neutral right now, and both players show each other a lot of respect, but that's mostly because they know what each other is capable of. They've played each other 1,000 times.
Yeah, and that's right. And I think to mention earlier, I kind of talked about these two players as kind of the dichotomy between the lab technician and that player who can just feel it. And we might see it here. Oh, I don't know which side.
It was a little too quick. The main attribute of that tornado is that it enables Rashid to go faster if he goes towards it.
Yeah, definitely both players feeling each other out.
That crossover was dirty.
Yeah, that's the second round we've seen Luca hit that. And it gets in the corner, just, in that one combo.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Spinning mixer? Oh, yeah.
Yep, that is punishable. Some people
He's got TA. I'm wondering if he's going to use it. Nope, the officer go ahead and
Oh, no.
save it.
One hit away
Almost
from
got stunned.
stun.
Goes for just the raw overhead. Pretty brave. And that will be the stun. I believe that will be the round.
Yeah, with
Daily,
V-trigger
not too
left,
bad.
this should be it with V-trigger left. Just enough.
Only a couple hits left. He barely had that.
All right, Lucas still on match point here. That sweep, such good facing with the sweep. That and crouch fierce, I think two normals he gets the most mileage on. Oh, good jump roundhouse.
Good stuff.
I mean, you can see the Kareen in this Rashid.
As far as his whip punches go?
Right, I think Luca's always had some of the best, and you just see it in this Rashid. He's still got it. Take the damage, take the corner carry. Oh, look at that, catching the backdash. This is probably going to be stunned.
Yeah, good catch. Just has to use the V-trigger for it, yeah. The scaling's a little much, but you're right. Oh, goes for the reset, misses it.
Oh no, that's all the bar.
Luca definitely still in this. One more hit will do it for iThrow.
But you know, Luca likes the chip out with the CA, and there's no meter on Seth's side. No V meter, excuse me. No V reversal possible. Oh, and now it's chip out.
Chip out. Oh no, just good old hit.
Yeah, I mean, you can direct that CA from Rashid, right? So you can mash that CA and hold forward and hope you catch something.
Our champion for the last 3 Full Bar Fridays is out. Or last 2, rather, I believe. This is the 4th one, is it not?
This is the 4th one, yeah. So first week was Icy Hot Man taking it over Luca, and Espada the last 2 weeks.
So yeah, we will not have the 3-peat. Good stuff from Espada, but it looks like we would have a new champion this time. But again, like, it was very impressive seeing him in those last 2 weeks. I'm very sure we're going to see him again, back for that money.
For sure. And you know, I think he might still consider himself an Akuma main, and we didn't really see the Akuma tonight. So it could be that, hey, he's taken the money the last 2 weeks. He says, let's see what my Seth can do.
Yeah, he wanted to give it to charity this time.
Yeah, in the giving mood in the last Full Bar Friday before Thanksgiving.
But yeah, I have no doubt we'll see him next week. And well, actually, no, next week is Thanksgiving. Medicus, what is we going to be having a tournament this next week? Yes or no?
We will see. We will see. I have to talk to the players, see if everyone's available. But if there's interest for next week, we will figure something out.
So yeah, if you guys do want to go ahead and compete next week in a Full Bar Friday, please let Medicus know. We need to go ahead and gauge interest now. It will be the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of us are not going to be seeing our family and friends this year due to the circumstances, but if you do think you can make it, please let us know.
And then this is Losers Finals, guys. This is 3 out of 5. Good luck to the top 3. See who scraps it out. Gets the what is now is $43.20. There's still time to donate. I believe there's still codes available. If not, if you want to chip in a few bucks here and there, be my guest. But this is our finalists, guys. Wish them luck.
Definitely. We got NovaSpec and Luka Doncic up next, I believe.
I can't say it's a shocking losers finals. I mean, maybe shocking that you might find either one on this side of the bracket, but I think certainly a very strong match. So both of these players certainly deserving to get into grand finals, where Verse waiting, and Versus Colleen has looked solid.
Yeah, Verse taking out NovaSpec was a little bit of a surprise to me, but it seemed like that Colleen just had the Fog on lock, had the Honda on lock, and it was a very impressive set to be sure. I think that if Luka Doncic makes it to grand finals, he might have at this point a better chance, just because I think that from what we've seen, NovaSpec's 2 characters are not equipped necessarily to deal with Versus play style. But I want to eat those words, though. I want to see in compelling grand finals.
And I think Luca certainly has played Verse in brackets before. on Full Bar Friday too, so you know they might have a little to play off of. Whereas NovaSpec, I'm not sure exactly how much familiarity everybody has with him late tournaments. Oh, so much damage just to start though.
So much damage, so much smooth jazz with the Fong thing.
Oh, good,
Good
heavy
spinning mixer.
Yeah.
Luca feeling it out today.
All right.
He's saying no to those force frames.
Oh, that's Stand Fierce. That move. There's something about that Stand Fierce animation I just didn't see, but I think that's the intention of this character.
Wait a second here. The V skill did not remove the poison. Or the V trigger, rather. That was weird. He's really angry.
There it is.
Had to burn a little bar for it, but it seemed to be worth it.
Yeah, needed both bars. That's what I was just about to say. But you know, if you got it, it'll take you around. You may as well spend it. We've seen Luca not afraid to spend the meter to win by CA chip out. Interesting.
Let's get to the punching already.
Whirlwind shot.
Thanks, Cubs TV, for the follow. Spinning
Another
mixture.
Heavy mixer, yeah.
Gets rid of the poison, too.
You see Luca trying to take a turn after he blocks the sleeves, but it seems like NovaSpec has seen that before. He's just low profiling.
Good V reversal.
Oh, and now we got up the wall on the trap, and Luca can't take much more of anything at this point.
Yeah, this has been pretty dominating from Kretz and NovaSpec, but don't count out Luca Doncic, sorry, Marvin X Matters. You know all the handles at this point. Definitely possible to turn this around. Good
Okay.
forward throw. That's a good start.
Oh,
Oh, hey, what did we say? Great stuff.
I'm telling you, man, there's no one I've seen in Full Bar Friday tournaments who's able to kind of turn it on and really change momentum on a dime like Luca is.
I do think that this is not just a unique to NovaSpec. I think most players have this, where good CA. If they feel they have the best shot if they stay calm, their playstyle changes, and they get openings in their play that they wouldn't otherwise have. So the funny thing is, if you're ahead, don't change your playstyle up so much, because what you were doing was working. If you start to play more conservatively than you were, you might find your elite slipping away. I don't know if that makes any sense. I could just speaking nonsense.
No, I get what you're saying. I think it's hard to really evaluate that, I think, after the fact. But we do see NovaSpec able to take it back anyway after that rough second round. And he is now up 1-0. Oh, and he's going to get the party started here early. All those plus frames.
But Luka Doncic definitely going in a lot more this time. He's wanting to keep Fong on his toes. But I think it's the correct way. You got to pressure him a lot more. Because if you let Fong play his game, you're going to lose.
Oh, I mean, but it's rough. You see Fong, maybe one of the few characters Luca's played as his Rashid that kind of out-normals a lot of Rashid buttons.
Yeah, the range and the plus range are just ridiculous on this.
Yeah, and there you see it again, just kind of NovaSpec able to kind of whip punish those buttons that Luca really likes throwing out. We see the crouch fierce a lot, we see the sweep a lot. And he rarely has to take any damage if he miscalculates there, but NovaSpec making him count when he catches him.
Tries to go for an eagle spike, does not get it.
Oh, that doesn't go through anymore. That's not a
Good
but
mixer.
That'll get you the corner.
Oh, good V reversal. I like that.
Yeah, that was a slick little bit of defensive play from Luca.
Ooh, I like that too. Man, that fly is so weird.
Yeah, and you know, you couple it with the fact that Fong's roundhouse in the air kind of tracks. It switches sides, so it always kind of goes towards the middle. Oh, does Rashid know the punish? No!
Apparently not. It's really tough, though.
It is. Look at this, just relentless with the traps and the instant overhead. NovaSpec up 2-0. Now if you ask me, does
Vaughn
Luca
wins.
bust out the Kareem? Now I might start to wonder. Obviously, if he's going to do it now, then he's going to have to get to Grand Finals with that Kareem. There's no changing after this moment. And I think we're going back to the lobby.
Looks like we are going to see a character switch from GillArcade. He has tried so hard to stick with the fact that he only wants to do Rashid with this account, but sometimes when money's on the line, you gotta switch it up. You gotta go back to what works.
That's right. There's you know, I believe second place today will get paid twice as much as third place. So hey, you know, you can, even if you can't take down Verse in Grand Finals, you can double what you're gonna leave with right here. So it's kind of been going around on Twitter. Maybe you've seen it, Dr. Justice, but there have been some people labbing the correct punish, the optimal punish for each character on that Fong CA. Some characters get quite a bit, and some not as privileged. But I'll be honest, it's hard for me to really know. I think Colleen, maybe 5 bar, I can EX Vanity in there, maybe.
And there's a Cammy.
A Cammy.
I have seen one of those videos you're talking about, but I didn't know it was an actual like a
Round 1.
something that people were doing in general.
Yeah, people. It might have been one person, but everyone's kind of figuring out the proper CA punish for a blocked Fong CA. A lot of sleeves, a lot of back charge. I mean, already got 1 bar of V meter. Look at that. Taking no damage, but halfway to V trigger.
Oh, good stuff.
I mean, yeah, you can walk into that poison free, but it does. Look at how much V meter it gives him walking into. And if it doesn't do anything for you, it gives him a lot. And he's at 75% and a full V meter already.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but the thing is that GillArcade is being very, very cautious with this one. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be working for him. Because it seems that the patience game is NovaSpec's game.
Yeah, you know, I wonder if maybe Luca, if there's something about, oh, okay, the weird side switch.
Cannon Spike just did not do anything for him. That's a shame.
I have a feeling that maybe Luca thought the Spiral Arrow could get through maybe some traps. We saw him try once, and NovaSpec did block it and got a pretty good punish, so I don't know if Luca thought maybe there's something matchup specific that Cammy can do here.
Well, I do know that Marvin has definitely had practice with and against Cammy. We've got a great Cammy here in Dallas with Wally. But unfortunately, that was not the call this time. And NovaSpec will advance over GillArcade to Grand Finals.
The side switch slide into Stand Fierce from Fong, I don't even know that NovaSpec needed to do that to get
You think it was swag?
I mean, I don't know. It wasn't a counter hit, so I have a feeling Luca maybe wasn't holding on to the stick anymore. But I wasn't.
It was dirty for sure. I never want to see Marvin go out like that. He's one of my favorite players in DFW, right up there with Doc and Espada and all them. But he definitely gave it a lot of thought this week. I really enjoyed watching his match against Espada this week. And I want to keep seeing him back here as much as he can be here. I know that it's not easy for some players to make it every week. But yes, we will have NovaSpec with a rematch against Verse in Grand Finals. And you're going to get another at least 3 matches with that Colleen you want to see so much.
All right.
The 3 games.
Yeah. Getting the run back, too, between these 2 players. We'll see if NovaSpec sticks with Fong, or he only got 1 game with the Honda against Verse. So maybe he thinks with more games as Honda, he'll find something. On the other hand, you know, this is what's interesting about having a double Elin bracket where suppose you're meeting again. We've seen Verse use a lot of different characters over the last few weeks. If he is expecting Fong or Honda, maybe he goes with one of his other characters. So always fun to get a run back in Grand Finals like this because, you know, it's just like all fighting games, it's this game before you even start the round. At character select, you have to think, what's he thinking? and what's he think I'm thinking? So I think just seeing the characters pop up will be kind of an interesting look into the crystal ball of what these players are expecting of this match.
I'm also trying to see if maybe like NovaSpec has another character in his back pocket that he's wanting to pull out here, or if we're just going to see another repeat of the Honda or the Fawn.
So Nova requested 5 minutes
Okay.
for his. I guess something happened, so he needed some time to think, I guess.
Okay, Nova was horny and he needs some alone time. I gotcha. All right, we're gonna wait for him to do his thing, and when we get back, we'll have a grand finals versus Nova. But thank you guys so much for coming out tonight to Full Bar Friday.
Oh wow, $60.
Yeah. Oh, somebody threw in good
Yeah.
amount of change right now.
Somebody feeling generous. Okay.
But yeah, we are a weekly out here for the Southwest region, and we'll be here every week. We're seeing on Thanksgiving week right now. If you have interest, please let Manicus know. But yeah, we're going to try and make it back here every week we can, and provide some great fighting for the Southwest region. I've definitely seen some great local players from the Dallas area. We got some from Oklahoma, from Louisiana. We are open to Arkansas if you are in the area, and I'm sure we got some great players out that way as well.
And again, guys, we're at $60.80. There's still time to chip in a few bucks if you're feeling generous. And so far, man, these past 4 weeks has been pretty fun hosting. Just a lot of good variety of matches and a lot of competitive players coming in. Some new, some old. And it's good to have some variety of players coming in, trying out Full Bar. Covering Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. Hopefully, we can get more of the Texas. It's a big state, so it's not just Dallas. So, I'm trying to reach out to all the other guys out there, guys and girls alike.
Yeah, and shout out to San Antonio. I know they got a good scene out there that way too. I got watched by Hawaiian Shirt Man about a week and a half ago in one of their locals. So maybe one day we'll see some of those guys coming out here as well. Make sure to spread the word if you can.
And again, guys, this is Full Bar Friday. I'm still debating to do next week. I know it's a holiday, and a lot of people trying to go to families and whatnot. So it may be a bye week. So it really depends on the players who's all in. If it happens to be a small count, maybe a round robin, but we'll try to figure that out as when the week progresses. So
even if we do have a bye week, I want everybody out there to get in the lab, practice your combos. I know you ain't got work that day. Nobody got work on Friday this week.
You ready for
all right,
that?
NovaSpec is back. All right, so this is grand finals, everybody. Be sure to cheer these guys on. Hope, and wish them all luck. And
Yeah,
just
for
waiting
sure.
for verse.
I believe he should have gone too far. He has to sit out for a little bit. We did do the winners finals a little early this week, but I'm looking forward to this. Last time we saw these two play in bracket, it was winners finals. This will be a repeat of that. We saw that NovaSpec came in hard with his Fong, got stuffed by versus Colleen 2 games in a row, switched to Honda to try and run it back, but unfortunately, while I think he did do better with the Honda, it didn't manage to quite get all the way back.
Yeah, I think if you're just looking at the bracket and you see 3-0, that certainly isn't telling you the whole story. NovaSpec, I think those first 2 games were really close. For me, they were close enough that I wonder if starting from even again at 0-0, maybe you try the Fong again. I think he had some really close calls. I think with Colleen, when she's in V-Trigger, you really have to be aware of crouch blocking, because again, she gets that free V-Trigger dash in to crouch short into crouch fierce that launches you, and it's only -2 on block. And I think we saw NovaSpec's Fong get hit by that a couple times, and it hurts, and it's online. It's hard to do anything about it online. But if I'm NovaSpec, I might think of, well, I'm not NovaSpec. I'm not half as good as NovaSpec, but as an outside observer, I think the Fong was close. I think it could have easily been 1-1 or even 2-0 for NovaSpec in those two games. With Honda, again, I'm agnostic on Honda. I accept that there's still stuff to figure out about Honda. So if NovaSpec knows something I don't, and he probably does, he certainly does, then maybe he thinks a second game with Honda will be the answer. But again, I think what's interesting about this is we're going through all these scenarios in our head, and Burst probably is too. And Burst might just be like, I'll just use G, I'll just use Seth, and then all that reasoning might have been for naught, right? So
I think that we will see the Colleen, even if it's not for the first game, but for game 2 or 3. I think that the Colleen is going to come out, unless something completely unexpected happens and we have a sweep.
He does have 6 games to give too, so
That's
he
true.
can try out different variations to mix up NovaSpec's game plan.
You think he's got a pocket Rog?
I think everybody has a pocket Rog.
You don't want Rog against Colleen. As a Colleen player, I'll take a Rog matchup every day.
We still haven't played each other yet.
No, we haven't.
You're dodging me.
Yeah, I think I am.
Is that what we're going to do next week? We're going to do an exhibition match? We're going to do Buzz versus
Just
Mannequins?
a bunch of grudge matches. Yeah.
I'm already in a uni tournament tomorrow. I'm not. So
Uni tournament.
yeah, so the Collisions guys, Collisions FG, which kind of a 14-month anniversary. So tomorrow the video is going to have a fundraiser for Meals on Wheels. Obviously, Meals on Wheels is important all year round, but certainly during Thanksgiving and during lockdown. So we'll be playing King of the Hill Uni and just kind of hanging out on stream starting around 1:30 if you're interested. I signed up because, hey, the TO said every round that gets played, he'll donate $1. So maybe I can throw in $4 by getting stomped 4 times in a row. But yeah, I'm expecting to be humbled tomorrow in Uni.
Who do you play?
I mean, I guess Ori, but it's like...
Oh,
I
I figured you'd probably play Gordo or something.
I don't know. I don't even know enough about the game to know who I should play, honestly.
All right, who do you think I play best?
In Uni?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Merkava?
No, that's more of a combo monster kind of character.
Okay. So, yeah,
No, I play
know.
Enkidu actually.
Oh, okay.
Just get those punches in.
All
And I
right.
hear that the advancing knee is very good in the current code.
I mean, when I say I don't know anything about Uni, it's not exaggeration. I guess Merkava because I just know Merkava exists.
No, you're not wrong. Merkava is a fun character, but he's a bit too combo heavy for me, especially with all the worm stuff.
All right, so here's the $64,000 question about to be answered. All right, so you were right. It is what we saw in Game 3, the Honda from NovaSpec, and the same nostalgia costume versus Colleen.
Yeah, Colleen looks like she. I believe though that she's changed up the V skill. I think that we had the. We didn't have. We had the command throw last time.
He had command throw against Fong. He did switch it to skill 1 for Honda because it catches that headbutt, and we saw the V skill headbutt. I think right there maybe he even tried it, but yeah, we saw a couple headbutts getting the skill.
And we got a Honda speaking for this set, and I'm not mad about it.
Oh, okay. You might be +1 or +2. That's not plus. Oh no, and you gotta watch your toes.
What's the start up on the parry?
It is frame 2 for regular, frame 1 for EX.
OGL?
Oh, and challenging with a 5 frame.
Oh, just a little too short. You needed to do a heavier button.
Alright, take the damage with the air throw. Not trying to get tricky. But the hail is not real after that air throw.
It looks like NovaSpec knows it. Oh, look for EX something. Probably
Wow.
EX butt slam.
I think it was butt slam, yeah, just thrown out of the EX butt slam. Unfortunate. NovaSpec loses the bar and the round.
Ochio?
Yeah,
Oh, good
okay.
parry.
I think Verse might be onto something here, and that throw only works there on a opponent. So look at that, the conditioning already, conditioning NovaSpec to block low with the hail.
That vanity step is pretty sick.
Oh, I'm loving Verse. Verse already with the conditioning, a round and a half. Okay, smart beat reversal doesn't let her get to beat trigger, but she'll get it there, and unfortunately she'll even get the side switch. Yeah, NovaSpec's seen that one.
Good stuff. Go, just double jump.
There it is, the launching target combo, but didn't get the vanity step to cancel after.
Ochio!
Oh boy, I think you have to with the way Versus were responding to that hand pressure. So I think that's a smart move. That beats vanity step, that beats cross touch. Good stuff from NovaSpec. Both players really adapting already to each other's play style.
Verse coming out with an early lead in this round.
Alright, exchange of hands. More hands.
It looks like NovaSpec's a little scared of the parry now.
I mean, that's the power of the parry. It's great to hit it once, but if you hit it early on, it lingers in their mind for the rest.
Yeah, he's not following up pressure with anything else. Like, he's got opportunity for pressure up your hand.
Oh no! Maximum damage here. Side switch, same side. Air throw. Okay, that would have ended too. But I mean, Versus shown NovaSpec some looks already with the Colleen, and these last 3 rounds, I think he changed every single look. And that is the character. This is a set play character, and Versus just, fingers to the mouth and kissing. Chef's kiss. He's playing the character the way this character's meant to be played, and it is beautiful.
Ooh, I like that standing roundhouse there.
Oh,
the parry!
Odd, but and there's the stance strong into hard hands buffer. Oh no.
Oh, just demolishing. Okay, there we go. Back throw. Went for a regular throw. Another regular throw. No Ochio yet. Good crush counter. Falls up.
Oh, that was meaty as hell.
Oh, he wanted to go for the reset. That's unfortunate.
Oh, missed the vantage step.
Back throw.
Good jump. Oh,
There we go. Okay, turning that round around. Good stuff from NovaSpec. Going into this one with 2 bar.
Okay, so they're no longer afraid of cross touch.
It looks like he's starting to go for low attacks after light hands pressure.
That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure the answer.
Oh, just gets jabbed out of it. Unfortunate.
Oh no. Again, the max damage. Same side. Wow. A lot of scaling though. And then meaty overhead.
This goes for raw ass 4 forward. I like it.
Okay, that was a good punish attempt. Oh, interesting. Yeah, pretty safe range on the V skill there. Hard for anyone to punish her.
Okay.
He's
He's challenging that EX hands every time.
And again, you see NovaSpec blocking high on the hail, but if he starts blocking low, then Verse will get a pretty meaty throw on that hail setup. So
And this is all or nothing now. Will NovaSpec stick with Honda for the very last round, or very last game rather? What could be. If he doesn't switch here, he has to go all the way with Honda. And while I think that he is more comfortable with Honda here, he might switch back to Fong, thinking he has something there. And he's deciding. He's sticking with Honda.
Right.
We're going to see a reset with Honda, or not at all.
yeah, and something will have to change for NovaSpec here because unfortunately for him, Verse just kind of has the Honda down with this Colleen.
We're seeing some good hands here. Goes for hands again, but it's front countered.
Oh,
Another forward throw.
oh,
Oh,
up air target combo.
Actually, I don't even know if it was a cross up.
Yeah, it starts with the jump light kick. That is cross that button for her.
Oh, goes for a neutral jump, but unfortunately gets stuffed. And this could be it. Verse 130 on tournament point.
Tournament point for Verse. Strong showings the last few weeks might finally get into the top.
It's playing like a madman for sure. Good headbutt. Good jump in from Honda. It doesn't play purge though.
I'm telling you, that Stand Strong is just it's a great punish and a great buffer for Verse all night long.
Oh, good stuff. Oh, Chio. Nope, that's gonna hit. Good blocks here from NovaSpec.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, NovaSpec getting hit by that a lot. Just I don't know if it's catching him walking back, but
It's not dead yet. Oh, tries for the grab. And that is Verse 130, your Full Bar Friday Week 4 champion. Congratulations to Verse 130, Grace up from NovaSpec. Man, that calling was fantastic. What did you think of it?
I mean, it's just those stand strongs into the hands punishes were beautiful, and you know, NovaSpec, a great player, really good Honda, really good Fong, but got caught maybe trying to get back charge by the V-trigger dash into the low target combo that launches. Got hit by that a lot, and then just the shimmy buttons with the stand strong from Colleen doing a lot of work too. So just Verse did a great job of every time you saw NovaSpec think he had a bead on versus Colleen, just did something to change it up. And again, those counters, that lingers with you for the rest of the night. And as you pointed out, Dr. Justice, you saw it change the way that NovaSpec was following up on the hands pressure.
Absolutely. We saw him start using low attacks. We started seeing him try and use a shimmy or just straight up blocking at times. Although I do believe that light hands is not plus after block, obviously. I think that your turn is over if you use it. It's safe for sure, but it's not plus. And so, like, while we did see a bit of a cheeky few attacks here and there from NovaSpec in the beginning, as there that first parry or two, he definitely started to shut down those options and went with other things that he thought might be a bit safer.
So Louisiana takes it home this week.
Oh yeah,
That's crazy.
They were strong last week, you know. They
Yeah.
were right there 2-3 last week. So
It's been Texas dominant for the past 3 weeks. Now week 4, changing it up a little bit.
yeah, it's not too crazy to me. Versus been putting in a good showing these last few weeks. I'm not going to say I thought it was a matter of time, but it doesn't surprise me that he won. I think that he definitely deserves it. His calling is very well thought out. It has a lot of good tech, and I'm happy to see him win it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Again, go ahead.
No, it's just gonna say, you know, this is he knows Colleen in and out. I think we saw it was kind of a sandwich of you get the hard knockdown with Colleen, and we saw Verse go with the crouch forward one time and caught NovaSpec's toes. So the next time NovaSpec said, "I'll just crouch block," and then Verse got the meaty throw after the hail setup, which only works on someone crouch blocking. So just next level stuff. And I mean, it's almost frustrating, I think, to fight a Colleen like that, because you start thinking, what else can I do? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and it's not working. So it's, I'll be upfront and say Verse is so far.
Uh-oh, we lost you. What'd you say?
Oh, it's just Verse has been the most exciting player to watch. Been the most exciting match for me to watch, I think, the last 4 weeks.
And you're not just saying that because you're a Colleen person yourself.
I'm definitely biased towards Colleen. There's no doubt about that. Verse gets to make me look like I know what I'm talking about, the character I know the most. But just sick stuff, you know, stuff that I wish I could do, that I've been trying to learn how to do, that he just makes look so easy.